What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. We're still doing 3 videos a week right now, so we don't want you to miss out on any of those future videos. So make sure you're subscribed, got the notifications on, and all that good stuff. So I just finished working on all of my tackle right here. You know, it's really been a full day's worth of work right here, getting this stuff organized, rods rigged, tackle packed, dialed in, kind of had to reorganize some things. We'll dive into all that, but we are ready for the final tournament of the 2025 season, the Major League Fishing Team Series event. So this is the Summit Cup in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a place I've never been, never fished. I've driven through there, never been there, never fished there. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. So we're going to break it all down, give you guys a little preview of the Summit Cup in Shreveport, and hopefully we can find us a few bass. All right, like I said, the 2025 season is winding down extremely fast. We are officially on to the last event of the 2025 season, the Summit Cup Major League Fishing Team Series event, the Fishing Clash Team Series. Super cool event. You know, this will be my 4th Team Series event that I've got to fish with Major League Fishing. Obviously, Spencer and I won the first one ever. So the first one we ever got to fish, Spencer and I won. And the last 2 times we've been together, man, we were just right there on moving on to the next round and just stumbled just a little bit. So we've had great success, but we got a little sour taste from the last few. So we're a little fired up to get to this one in Shreveport, Louisiana, and hopefully find us a few bass in the surrounding area. So we don't even know where we're going yet. That's the cool part about the team series. It's something that's really exciting for me, is we don't even know the lakes that we're going to. All we know is we're going to Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to be fishing somewhere within 60 miles of the host town. So basically we get in the truck in the morning and the boat official drives us to the lake, launches us and say, here you go, this is the lake you're on, go figure them out and go catch them. You got 6 hours. It's pretty crazy. But in doing that, you know, you got to pack and bring a lot of different tackle. You got to prepare for everything because you never really know what you may be doing, where you may be going, what you may be fishing for. So I've packed all sorts of different things. We'll dive in and show you a few things here that I've got rigged up and ready. But again, you know, we're heading to Louisiana, so you can kind of dial things in, you know, the section of the country you're going to. So Louisiana, you know, it's the fall, or I mean, it's middle of November, so it can be extremely cold, could be pretty warm. You know, you're kind of in that fall, I would say mid-fall. I mean, you're in a heavy fall pattern. So for me, you know, I'm always thinking about fish chasing shad, you know, whether that be throwing like a chatterbait or a Bill Lewis rattle trap, something like that. That's a couple things I got rigged up right here. You know, here's a chatterbait I got rigged up, ready to go. I've been experimenting with this new trailer on the back. So this is the Yamamoto fat shad shaped worm as a trailer. So I got him rigged up, something to, you know, just wind, cover water with. You know, you can cast and wind him a bunch. And obviously, anytime you're talking about grass, you got to have a frog. You never know where you're going, or if you come across the froggy water. So I got the Frog Factory Sonic Boom rigged up right there. Again, you know, in the fall, we got to have a buzz bait. That's another great bait to just cast and wind and cover water. This is actually a 1/4 ounce buzz bait, and I got a little swim bait trailer on the back. Awesome little bait, just cast and wind, cover water, all that kind of stuff. You know, of course, you got to have some hard topwater baits just like that. You know, this is just a whopper plopper. These are really cool. So this is something that this is the first time I'm actually using these right here, is these Evolution Fishing lure wraps. So when I'm traveling with all these rods like this in the back of the truck, my treble hooks aren't going to get tangled up. That was like one of my #1 pet peeves in traveling with rods in the back of the truck was those treble hooks would always get tangled with other rods. You know, I would actually not rig up until I got there because those treble hooks would be so tangled up with each other. But those lure wraps are super cool and something I'm definitely going to utilize more and more of. So yeah, I got a plopper, then I got a spook, got to have a walking topwater. Oh, maybe you can see him on that side. Got to have a walking topwater. But yeah, I mean, we got all sorts of stuff rigged up here. Jerk baits, crankbaits, square bills, traps. Over that side, maybe, can you guys see these all the way down here? I got more rods rigged up with some jigs, some flipping stuff. You know, and then of course some spinning rods with some finesse approach, jig head minnow, wacky worm, that kind of stuff. So yeah, this right here, you guys can see this big mess right here, these two big giant totes of all of my tackle. You know, I tried to keep things simple, but that just never works out. You know, it literally end up with all sorts of different bags. But these are another cool product that this is the first time using these for a to-go bag, is these Evolution bass bags, bass sacks. Fits all, these are all my green pumpkin Cincos in that bag. Heavy duty, awesome to travel with. And I plan on using a lot more of them throughout the year. But got all my tackle in there, you know, got some speed Cincos, some jig trailers, some Shinobi grubs. I mean, we got all sorts of tackle in there, and it's hard to narrow it down. And, you know, like I said, I'm fishing with Spencer Sheffield in this event again. And he's the same way. He brings just as much tackle as me. So we load the league boat up. You know, we fish out of the league-owned Ranger 520s in this event. So we're going to load that boat down with tackle. He's going to have little things that he needs. I'm going to have little things that I need. And we try to keep things, you know, if we can share each other's tackle, we try to do that just to keep the boat a little more organized. But there's always little things that Spencer loves throwing that I don't throw at all. So he's got to have his little secret baits. And then I got my little secret baits that Spencer doesn't like throwing, so we can't bring his. So we end up bringing all this tackle in the boat and have a big giant mess. But hopefully it all works out at the end of this event. You know, we fish on Sunday, so it'll be tomorrow if you guys are watching this video as it publishes. So tune in to Major League Fishing if you want to watch some live fishing. Spencer and I will be out there battling it out. And you know, the goal of the first round is to finish in the top 2. So you got to finish first or second to move on to the next round, third or fourth place, and you're eliminated. So the goal was to finish in that top 2 on Sunday, and then we will move on to the next round, which will be determined based on how we finish, which will be Wednesday or Thursday, and then championship on Friday. So hopefully you guys will see us all week on MajorLeagueFishing.com watching us reel in a few bass in the Shreveport, Louisiana area. You know, it's a place that I have no experience. I really have no idea what to expect. I'm kind of leaning on Spencer for this one. You know, Spencer lives fairly close to there, so going to kind of lean on his experience for this one, and I may even just go full-blown co-angler, just lay down in the back of the boat. Yeah, right, not laying down in the back of the boat, but kind of let him run things and choose where to go and just kind of fish behind him, if you will, and you know, kind of see how that goes, because I really don't know what we're looking for, what to do. You know, if I see something or feel like I got a good feeling, you know, definitely gonna, you know, push that or go for that. But I feel like letting Spencer take the reins in this one will be a beneficial move for the team. So got to talk that over with him. You know, we're going to game plan and stuff. I'm actually headed out to his place a little bit early before the tournament and going to fish for a couple days, get a little, you know, chemistry back together, fishing and breaking down lakes, and then, yeah, get down to Shreveport for the event. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys are excited for the final live streamed event of the year. the Major League Fishing Summit Cup, last tournament for me, so I'm looking to end 2025 on a bang. You know, we've been in a little bit of a slump here lately, so we're looking to dig out of that, get some good momentum heading into 2026 and all that. We got some big announcements on 2026 season coming here soon to the channel, so make sure you're following along, you're subscribed and all that good stuff. We got some big news on that, so make sure you're tuned in, but appreciate you guys watching. Leave me those likes and comments down below. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.